Would I go back to working a 9 to 5? No, and here's why. Because working for somebody else, you got no time, you got no freedom, you got no decision making. You pretty much got no choice between 9 and 5. Working for yourself ain't easy, trust me. 10 to 7, and I'm still working on my image, my brand. Rolling up to a customer with a brand new sparkling van. Smelling good, makes all the difference. Could be sat there chilling, thinking about the work tomorrow. I don't want to go. Instead I'm out here making gains for me. So as we're cleaning the inside of the van out, we'll talk about step 3. And when you finally found what you want to do with your time, like I said, mine's running a window cleaning firm basically. You got to get the word out. And how'd you do that? Well, what I did was, the bit of money that I had, because secretly I was quitting to leave work anyway, so I was saving everything that I could on the side really. And you know, once I bought my ladders, my squeegee, my bucket and all that, it was all crap stuff to begin with, because it always is, because you're starting out, aren't you? Started going out the weekends, but before that, before I got to work, I bought some business cards off Vistaprint. You know, I think, what did I get, 500, something like that. And I got my little bag, and I went out at the weekend, posted them. I haven't built up the courage to knock on doors yet, but I was posting business cards, and I tell you what, from my experiences, they do work. A year later, like seriously. Like, you try it, don't expect people to get back to you. You're better off just knocking on. That's what I found anyway. The last time I knocked on door, I think I knocked on the 5 remaining doors next to on the road that I had, and 2 of them said yeah. So, you know, and that was there and then. But yeah, so I went posting business cards, WhatsApp groups. You know, you've got children, you know, your missus must be in WhatsApp groups with the parents and all that. WhatsApp groups on the street. Just put, you know, put a little message in that you're in business. Ask your family and friends. That didn't really work for me because I never asked them. but that could be a good start. You know, if you've got family and friends that you could ask, do their windows, why not? So once you start to get the word out, you know, Facebook groups, all that kind of stuff, asking people, does anybody need a window cleaner? You know, you just got to grind basically. You just got to get the word out. And when you're putting a post on a Facebook group for, you know, when somebody asks they want a window cleaner, you get hundreds of people just putting the name in. This guy's the best, that guy's the best, blah blah blah. You know, you just got to keep pushing till you get that first job. And I got a first job, to be honest, and I didn't really know what I was doing with the price wise, so at the time I thought it was overpriced. You know, you just bang the price in, don't you? And but now thinking about it, because I had to go through next door's neighbour's garden, it was through nettles, everything. It wasn't easy. I was always getting stung, you know, studying dog crap, and so it was probably a little underpriced now with the experience I've got. But she paid me 2 months up front, and we must have been awful, I tell you, because the 3rd time she just ignored all the messages, wouldn't answer the door, and you know, it was not that it was embarrassing, it was, you know, it hurts, like the rejection, you know, and that's a big one. Rejection now you got to get over, because once you get more experience and you get good at what you're doing, you know, and you're just not bothered, you know what I mean, knocking on doors and all that sort of caper, turning up to jobs and jumping over back gates and all that, you just sort of go with the flow. So now when people don't want my services, it's not them rejecting me, it's I don't need them. That's how it is. If they don't want to pay the price, don't want to pay the price. You know, £7 window cleaners are gone, mate. Think I'm pulling my tripod for £7 an hour, so you've got no chance. you know. And that takes me back to asking family and friends. It's one of the reasons why I didn't ask them, because they were all telling me, oh, you never get that much, because that's just what they like, innit? You know, oh, you'll never get that much, you won't get that round here. But I tell you what, I get 3 times the amount they said I couldn't get, or they said that I could only get, if you know what I mean. So listen, you just gotta put your price in and be good. And that comes from grafting all hours of the day. When it's for yourself, it's worth it. But the work doesn't get easier, it gets harder. I don't even have to advertise anymore, work just comes to me. Just comes to me. Because they know I'm there, people think I'm well overpriced. You know, they think I'm cheeky, and it makes me laugh. When somebody will ask on the street, how much is it, and I tell them the price, they just go, no thanks, and shut the door. You know, and then next month, I see they've had a window clean, but it's not as good as mine. And I think if somebody wants to do it for half the price, let them. They're the mug, not me. People doing it for cheaper keeps the price down for everybody. That's what you don't understand. Raise your standards, raise the price, and we can all earn money up here instead of down there. But if you want to be that cheapo window cleaner, do it. Because every 3 houses you're doing, I'm doing 1. You know, it's all up there. But you've got to put the graft in, you've got to prove it. You know, and rolling up to a job in a nice clean van, it helps, it sets a standard, sets a statement that you mean business, you're professional, got your uniform on. And word just gets around. I don't even need to do it anymore, alright? As far as finding work, that is, but you know, I could start networking with other window cleaners, you know, to spread the word that way. You know, if they're swamped with work 1 week, I haven't got as much on, you know, that sort of thing. But would I go back to work for somebody else? Nah, there's too much money to be made out there for yourself. You've just got to get up and do it. You can't be afraid of losing everything at home, because if you've got nothing anyway, what difference does it make? You know, and a lot of us, especially from where I'm from, we've all got out. So you just got to take it. Switch your brain, get a business brain on the go. Put the graft in. Good things will come. Good things will come. But raise your standards. Keep professionalism just running through you at all times. And it starts with a clean van. Nothing on the top, nothing in the pockets, no dust, smelling good. Customer comes to the side of your van to collect the invoice. It smells good. Makes a difference. Even if it's a car. I started off in a car. Ladders on the top. It's my missus's car, to be fair, but you just got to grind, don't you? You got to graft. You got to keep the pennies in. You know, unfortunate, to be honest. Don't even know how I've got this far, but it's me and mine, Kimbers Windows. Thank you.